No, but it makes existence a lot better, doesn't it? I mean, it makes it worthwhile, and it makes it a positive experience rather than just having to, struggle through it.
The marriage of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has been surrounded by controversy from the beginning. Their decision to step back from royal duties and move to the United States created a significant divide between them and the rest of the royal family.
A story that came out saying that part of the reason why Meghan and I were leaving was because William had bullied us out.
While most royal family members remained tight-lipped, Prince Philip, known for his straightforward and unfiltered views, took a different approach. Before his passing, he shared a final warning to Harry. Join us as we explore what Prince Philip had to say, why Meghan Markle faces so much hate. Before we get to Prince Philip and the warnings he gave to Harry, we need to see why Meghan Markle got so much hate from people. From the beginning, Meghan has been a polarizing figure. Her marriage to Prince Harry was meant to be a fairy tale that would breathe fresh life into the British royal family, but instead, it seemed to ignite controversy after controversy. While Meghan's supporters have praised her as a modern, outspoken woman, critics have been less kind, often labeling her as manipulative, hypocritical, and even untrustworthy. So what exactly went wrong? And why did she provoke such strong reactions? One of the most common complaints about Meghan is that she portrays herself as a victim, despite her privileged status. Many people see her as someone who gained fame, wealth, and status through her marriage to Harry, but has still sought to present herself as mistreated or misunderstood. In various interviews and podcasts, Meghan has spoken about feeling excluded and judged, painting herself as a strong woman fighting against the odds.
It's not enough to just survive something, right? Like, that's not the point of life. You've got to thrive, you've got to feel happy, and I think I really tried to adopt this British sensibility of a stiff upper lip.
While this narrative has earned her sympathy from some, many others find it hard to reconcile her complaints with her lifestyle. Let's be real, most people struggle with bills, work, and real-life challenges, and seeing someone with so much wealth and fame claim to be unfairly treated can feel a bit out of touch. Another significant issue that has tarnished Meghan's reputation is her alleged behavior towards staff and even her husband, Harry.
Look, I was really ashamed to say it at the time, and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry especially, because I know how much loss he's suffered.
Critics have often accused her of being controlling and manipulative, seeking to dominate conversations and the spotlight during interviews. There have been reports suggesting that Meghan's presence disrupted the royal household, with former staff alleging they faced bullying. According to leaked emails from Jason Nauf, a former Kensington Palace communications secretary, Meghan's behavior was described as totally unacceptable. While Meghan's spokespeople have dismissed these claims as part of a smear campaign, the accusations have stuck in the public's mind. And when it comes to royalty, behavior matters. The royal family places a lot of emphasis on duty, composure, and tradition. The idea of a new family member disrupting this balance didn't sit well with many Brits or with the royal family itself, who reportedly had their reservations about her from the beginning. There have also been numerous claims that Meghan hasn't always been truthful in her public appearances. For instance, she told an anecdote about how a member of the cast of The Lion King compared the excitement surrounding her wedding to Nelson Mandela's release from prison. This claim led to some confusion since no South African cast member confirmed the story. While she might have been referring to a different person she met at the movie's premiere, the lack of clarity and follow-up statements made her appear less credible. To some, this incident, along with others, suggests that Meghan sometimes bends the truth to fit her narrative. Whether intentional or not, the impression of someone who exaggerates can be damaging, especially when it comes to winning the trust of a traditional and conservative audience like the British public. This is one of the reasons the royal family, who place such importance on public image and honesty, might have distanced themselves from her. When Meghan Markle advocates for causes like environmental conservation, social equality, or other humanitarian efforts, she certainly sounds like someone who cares deeply about the world.
People truly forget that, or don't even know, that in this country it's one of only 6 countries in the entire world and the only wealthy nation in the entire world.
However, her critics have often pointed out that her actions don't always match her words. For example, she has been seen flying on private jets while promoting environmental sustainability. She's also spent lavishly on clothes and homes while portraying herself as just like any other woman. This apparent hypocrisy has not gone unnoticed. People see it as a contradiction.
Hey, Hopes. I'm so glad you're here. Come with me for a day in the life. I'm going to show you my favorite spots in Toronto.
How can you speak out against climate change when you're leaving such a large carbon footprint? How can you champion modesty when you're indulging in a life of luxury? And maybe worst of all, how can you criticize the royal family for its flaws while continuing to profit from the titles and status it has given you? As much as the public has been vocal about their views on Meghan, the royal family has shown their disapproval in quieter, more subtle ways. It's no secret that Prince Philip had his concerns about Harry marrying Meghan, warning him about the challenges of marrying someone from a completely different world.
I went to all the places which I thought I should go to ask for help. We both did, separately.
But more on that later. The love story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. You must be wondering how 2 people from completely different worlds met in the first place. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's journey started in July 2016.
Yes, we first met, we were introduced actually by a mutual friend who
we should protect her privacy
protect
and
her
not
privacy,
reveal
yeah.
too much of that.
And but it was literally through her, and then we met once and then twice back to back, 2 dates in London.
Thanks to a blind date arranged by a mutual friend whose identity remains a well-guarded secret. In their engagement interview, both shared how they clicked immediately, with Meghan recalling that after their first drink, they quickly planned to meet again the next day.
It didn't seem like it would make sense, and so we went and met for a drink, and then I think very quickly into that we said, well, what are we doing tomorrow? We should meet again.
Interestingly, Meghan later mentioned in a Vanity Fair interview that they had actually been dating quietly for about 6 months before the public caught wind of their relationship. This suggests that they may have started seeing each other as early as late April or early May 2016. To make things even more intriguing in their docuseries, Harry revealed that their initial connection wasn't through a friend, but on Instagram. It was Meghan's photos on social media that caught Harry's eye, and from there, a mutual friend introduced them. They began texting, leading to those first fateful dates in London. After just 2 dates, Harry made a bold move. He invited Meghan to join him on a trip to Botswana. Botswana has always been a special place for Harry, and he wanted Meghan to experience it with him.
Last week, led by Greta, the world's children are striking. I think there's an emergency that it's a race against time, and one in which we are losing.
It was during this 5-day camping trip under the stars that their bond deepened. As Harry later said, this was a crucial moment for him, as they were able to spend quality time together away from the public eye. Meghan agreed, flying halfway across the world to join Harry in a tent, an adventurous beginning to what would become a serious relationship. It was also on this trip that Harry realized Meghan was his soulmate. By October 2016, the pair were still keeping their relationship under wraps, but before their secret was out, they had one final night of freedom at a Halloween party in Toronto. Meghan shared in a 2021 interview that she, Harry, and their friends, including Princess Eugenie and her now husband Jack Brooksbank, donned post-apocalyptic costumes for a fun night out. They knew that the news of their romance was about to break, so they wanted to make the most of their last private outing. This glimpse into their lives shows that even royals enjoy a bit of normalcy and fun. Just before Halloween, the news broke that Prince Harry was dating an American actress. Naturally, the media went into a frenzy.
But this morning, it leaves no stone unturned for sure. Prince Harry is dating Meghan.
Initially, the couple stayed silent, but it was clear that their relationship was more than just a fling. A friend told People magazine that Harry was serious about Meghan, and Meghan had already been introduced to Prince Charles. Meghan's Instagram was filled with subtle hints, like matching beaded bracelets she wore that were identical to Harry's. In a rare and bold move, Prince Harry released a statement confirming his relationship with Meghan. But it wasn't just to admit they were a couple. He issued the statement to address the wave of negative press Meghan was receiving. Harry expressed his concern for Meghan's safety and condemned the media's treatment of her. It was clear that he was deeply protective of Meghan, showing a level of seriousness and commitment that resonated with many fans. The beginning of 2017 saw Harry and Meghan growing closer, spending the new year together in Norway to witness the Northern Lights. They enjoyed activities like whale watching and soaking in the serene, snowy landscapes. Later in May, Meghan attended a charity polo match to cheer on Harry, marking their first public event together. The couple's presence at the match, alongside notable celebrities, sent a strong message that things were getting serious. For the first time, Meghan spoke publicly about her relationship in an interview with Vanity Fair. She expressed how happy and in love they were, explaining that they had been dating quietly for about 6 months before it became public. Meghan made it clear that despite the media attention, she was still the same person and that their relationship was special because it was just theirs. Her words resonated with many who admired her straightforwardness, but they also stirred criticism, with some saying she was courting the media while asking for privacy.
Or you'll be on the side of Harry and Meghan and think, wow, they had to put up with a lot and I'm...
On November 27, 2017, Clarence House officially announced Prince Harry and Meghan's engagement. The couple gave a heartfelt interview with the BBC, where they shared how Harry proposed during a cozy night in while Meghan was roasting a chicken. Harry's engagement ring design was also touching, with the center diamond sourced from Botswana and 2 smaller stones from Princess Diana's collection. Meghan made headlines once again when she joined the royal family for Christmas at Sandringham, a privilege usually reserved for royals only. Meghan participated in all the festive traditions, including the famous church walk. Reports at the time suggested that she fit right in, even giving a gag gift to Prince William that became a hit. This was a significant step, as it indicated that Meghan was already being accepted into the royal fold. On May 19, 2018, Harry and Meghan tied the knot at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, in a ceremony watched by millions around the world.
Many of these royal fans camped out all night just to get a glimpse of the newlyweds.
The event was a blend of tradition and modernity, reflecting both their personalities. King Charles walked Meghan down the aisle, symbolizing the family's acceptance, and the ceremony featured a gospel choir singing "Stand By Me," bringing a touch of Meghan's American roots to a traditional royal setting. Family's reaction to Meghan. However, behind the palace curtains, things were not so magical and glamorous. Prince Philip was not the only one who disagreed with Harry's decision to marry Meghan Markle. When Harry first introduced Meghan as the woman he wanted to spend his life with, the royal family had mixed reactions, to say the least. While Harry was clearly smitten and hopeful for a bright future together, some senior members of the family weren't so sure about the match. The most significant hesitation came from Queen Elizabeth herself. As the head of the family, she had the duty to formally approve marriages within the royal fold. Traditionally, the Queen has been known for her gentle diplomatic demeanor, and she maintained this even in Harry's case. Publicly, she expressed happiness and offered her blessing for the marriage in March 2018, but privately, her reaction was more reserved. The Queen's subtle skepticism stemmed from several concerns, some rooted in tradition and others in practicality. Meghan was an American actress, divorced and older than Harry, which set her apart from the typical profile of royal brides. For the Queen, these were not just minor details. She was a firm believer in the importance of maintaining the royal family's image. She was a firm believer in the importance of maintaining the royal family's image, and Meghan's background was seen as unconventional, especially when compared to Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge. Kate's background, lifestyle, and seamless integration into royal duties made her an ideal match for Prince William, the future king. Meghan, on the other hand, came from a very different world, the entertainment industry, and this raised questions about how well she would adapt to the pressures of royal life. Prince Philip, known for his bluntness and straightforwardness, was also said to have had his reservations. Unlike the Queen, who preferred a more delicate approach, Philip didn't shy away from expressing his concerns. Having been by the Queen's side for decades, he had seen many ups and downs within the family, from divorces to scandals, and he feared that Harry's choice could lead to more complications, as you will hear soon. When Harry formally asked the Queen for her permission to marry Meghan, her response was diplomatic but telling. In his memoir Spare, Harry revealed that she said, "Well, I'd have to say yes," a remark that didn't exactly exude enthusiasm. While she gave her official blessing, it was clear she did so to avoid further complications and maintain peace within the family, rather than out of wholehearted support for the union. As for Prince William and Kate Middleton, their reactions also evolved over time. Initially, William and Kate seemed quite happy about Harry's new romance. They were reportedly fans of Suits, the TV show Meghan starred in, and were open to the idea of Harry finding love outside the typical circles of British society.
And I think also once my friends, were able to really meet Harry and my mom, who we've spent a lot of time with, who was so much fun.
Your mom's amazing.
It was just,
But as the relationship progressed, concerns began to surface, especially on William's part. William, being the more cautious and reserved of the two brothers, felt that Harry might be rushing into things. He advised Harry to take his time and consider whether Meghan was the right fit for the life he had. After all, marrying into the royal family came with a set of responsibilities and intense public scrutiny, something that Meghan, as an American actress, might not have fully anticipated.
It almost felt like all the things we were nervous about of it getting out, okay, don't worry, it's fine. And then that very quickly changed.
William's warning, however well-intentioned, was not taken kindly by Harry, who felt his brother was not supportive of his choice.
I think what's a matter of public interest is the relationship between the institution with the tabloid media.
This marked the beginning of a rift that would later deepen and lead to a significant divide between the two. As for Kate, she initially welcomed Meghan, but over time, their relationship grew strained. Meghan's direct and candid communication style often clashed with Kate's more reserved and polite approach. Though they were seen smiling together in public, rumors circulated that the two women never quite connected. Small incidents, such as Meghan's comment about Kate's baby brain after the birth of Prince Louis, reportedly caused friction.
Yes, I'm very excited to announce that Meghan and myself had a baby boy early this morning, a very healthy boy. Mother and baby are doing incredibly well.
While the remark might have been harmless in Meghan's eyes, Kate found it offensive, highlighting their cultural differences and contrasting personalities. The media, always quick to pick up on any signs of tension, began to paint a picture of rivalry between the two duchesses. Meghan's popularity, especially in the early days of her royal engagement, was seen as a refreshing change, and the press often highlighted her as a modern, progressive addition to the family. This sometimes overshadowed Kate, who was seen as the traditional, steadfast figure. Such comparisons, whether fair or not, likely contributed to the tension within the family, the royal exit. Just when the world thought it had seen everything, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, made a stunning announcement on January 8, 2020. They declared their intention to step back as senior members of the British royal family, a move that shook not only the institution, but also the global media landscape.
Have told me you have my back. Well, I'm also here to tell you I've always got yours.
In a carefully worded Instagram statement, the couple expressed their desire to become financially independent while continuing to support the Queen. Harry and Meghan had been spending more time in Canada, away from the royal spotlight, fueling rumors that all was not well. Behind the scenes, the couple had been engaging in internal discussions about their future.
I have 6 grown men who are sleeping in their cars around my house and following me everywhere that I go, and I feel scared.
They wanted a more progressive role within the royal institution, something that allowed them to focus on their passions and commitments without being confined to traditional duties. While the Queen expressed her support, the family had mixed emotions, and it became evident that stepping down would not be as simple as it seemed.
This is how it was covered for her. This is how it was covered for her. If you don't see the difference and understand why it's being reported that way, then I can't help you.
A few days later, the Sandringham Summit took place, where Harry met with his grandmother, father, and brother, Prince William. The family discussed Harry and Meghan's future and how they could carve out a new path. The Queen's statement after the meeting was supportive, but tinged with regret. She said that while the family would have preferred for them to remain as full-time working royals, they respected Harry and Meghan's decision to live a more independent life.
My brother scream and shout at me, and my father say things that just simply weren't true, and my grandmother, quietly sit there and sort of take it all in.
March 2020 marked the end of an era. Harry and Meghan returned to the UK to complete their final engagements as senior royals. These events were bittersweet, signaling the end of their official royal duties. One of their last public appearances was at the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey, where they reunited with Prince William and Kate Middleton. The couple's final day as senior royals was March 31st, 2020. By then, it was clear that they were determined to chart their path, even if it meant severing some ties with their royal life. In July 2020, Harry and Meghan officially relocated to Montecito, California. This move represented a fresh start for them. Far from the scrutiny they faced in the UK, they purchased a home in the Santa Barbara area, a serene environment where they hoped to raise their son, Archie, in privacy. But July also brought heartbreak. In a deeply personal op-ed published in November 2020, Meghan revealed she had suffered a miscarriage. Her words echoed the grief and pain many silently endure, bringing attention to a topic often left unspoken.
You add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's, yeah, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
The couple's relationship with the media reached a boiling point in March 2021 when they sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a tell-all interview. It was during this conversation that they shared some shocking details about their time in the royal family. Meghan opened up about her struggles with mental health, feeling isolated, and the perceived lack of support from the firm. One of the most shocking revelations was the claim that there were discussions within the royal household about how dark their son Archie's skin might be.
To have walked away from the royal family, why did you feel that that was necessary?
We all know what the British press can be like, and it was destroying my mental health.
A statement that sparked worldwide conversations about racism and privilege within the monarchy. Harry's statements about feeling trapped within the royal system painted a picture of deep personal conflict. He expressed disappointment with his father, King Charles, who he felt was not fully supportive during their struggles. The rift with his brother, Prince William, became more apparent as Harry described the emotional distance between them, suggesting that William was very much a part of the system that Harry wanted to escape.
I need to do this for my family. This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's.
Despite the challenges, Harry and Meghan began to rebuild their lives outside of the royal bubble. In September 2020, they signed a multi-year deal with Netflix, through which they aimed to produce content that would inspire and inform. Their projects, they said, would focus on storytelling that resonates with people from all walks of life, shedding light on human resilience and connection. Their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, which premiered in December 2022, provided further insights into their journey. It highlighted the pressures they faced, the love they found, and the difficult decisions they made. The royal family, meanwhile, was deeply affected by the couple's public revelations. Prince Philip, who was known for his loyalty to the monarchy, was reportedly hurt by their decision, considering it one of the biggest betrayals of his life. He feared that the controversy might weaken public confidence in the monarchy. Similarly, King Charles found it challenging to see his son leave, especially when the relationship between them seemed strained. Prince William, often seen as the more traditional of the two brothers, was particularly affected. The bond they once shared appeared to have been replaced by a sense of betrayal. Harry's words about feeling trapped within a system that William embraced only deepened the divide, leaving many to wonder if reconciliation was possible. But while the brothers' relationship took center stage, there was another voice within the royal family that stirred the waters even more: Prince Philip. Known for his unfiltered opinions, Philip wasn't one to mince words when it came to Meghan Markle. His sharp take on the situation left many stunned and added fuel to an already blazing fire. What exactly did he say, and how did his comments ripple through the family? Prince Philip's final warning. Here's where the story gets even more interesting. Before his death, Prince Philip revealed a final warning to Harry, and let's discover why. "I'm exposing her now," he reportedly told Harry, referring to Meghan Markle. To Philip, Meghan appeared almost evil, a disruptive force whose influence could threaten the stability of the monarchy. Philip's concerns about Meghan were deeply rooted in history and tradition. As a man who had spent decades upholding the values of the British monarchy, he saw unsettling parallels between Meghan and another American who had caused ripples in the royal family, Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson was famously at the center of one of the biggest scandals to hit the British monarchy. Her marriage to King Edward VIII led to his abdication in 1936, a decision that sent shockwaves through the country. For Philip, Meghan's arrival felt like a modern echo of those events. Both women were American, divorced, and seen as outsiders who struggled to fit within the traditional mold of royal life. Philip viewed Meghan as a disruptive force, not just because of her acting career, but also because of her outspoken personality, which clashed with the reserved, duty-bound nature the royal family typically embodies. Despite Harry's love and fierce defense of Meghan, Philip's concerns went even deeper. In a private conversation with Harry, he was reported to have said that it would be better for Harry and his family if he distanced himself from Meghan, warning that she would only bring him down and hinder his progress. He even went as far as to say to Harry that one steps out with actresses, one does not marry them. Philip feared that Meghan would lead Harry away from his duties, pulling him into a similar situation as Wallis and Edward, risking the monarchy's legacy and stability. He believed she could eventually damage Harry's reputation and future, and he urged Harry to consider the long-term consequences. Philip's fears may now be coming true. With Harry increasingly in the spotlight and facing criticism over his decisions, it appears that his public image is being affected. He may not even realize how much his association with Meghan has changed the way he is perceived. While some might argue that Philip's concerns were harsh, it's clear they were born from a lifetime of loyalty to the crown and a desire to protect its future. Should Harry have listened to Prince Philip's advice? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more.